Hey, what is going on, guys? Thanks for checking out this video of my sports Gematria. In this video, I'm going to go over some college basketball games for Monday, November 29th, 2021. I'm going to show you highlights of each side, and it's going to be up to you to determine who you think will win based on the numbers. I encourage you to add additional information on top of this if needed for you to feel confident in your own pick. And if for some reason you're curious to know how I'm picking these games, you'll have to join my Patreon. My picks are always in writing, underlined, and italicized. For more information on that, please read the description of this video. I wish you guys the best of luck in your picks today. Let's go ahead and get to the games. We're going to be looking at the opening games for the Big Ten ACC Challenge. Iowa versus Virginia. And Notre Dame versus Illinois. So the way that I have this structured here is I have my daily numbers on this side of the screen. Date numerology, Gregorian, Hebrew calendar. And then on this side of the screen is what I call my game numbers specific to the game. Up top here is the event, Big Ten ACC Challenge Gematria. Right here is the number of games there have been for this challenge, meaning this is the 252nd overall game for the Big Ten ACC Challenge. And this is the record for the ACC side. So ACC teams, meaning if Virginia wins this game, ACC teams could become 139-113 or 138-114 if they lose. So I'll be talking about this up here during the decode, but the away team is right here, which is Iowa. Their coach's record, their season record, their record for the challenge. In the middle here is the head-to-head record between the two teams. And at the bottom is the home team, their season record, their challenge record, their coach's record. And I have it the same way structured for the Notre Dame and Illinois game. So, but we'll get to that one. Alright, so let's go ahead and start with Iowa and Virginia. When I do this, I'm going to start with the home team. I'm going to give out numbers that would help the home team win this game. And then I'm going to follow up with the away team and give out numbers that will allow the away team to win this game. So let's start with Virginia. What are some numbers that would help Virginia win this game? The first thing that would help them is that today is the 25th day of the third month on the Hebrew civil calendar, 253. 253 is the 22nd triangular number, and Virginia can even the score and become 2-2 head-to-head against Iowa, head-to-head with a win. Today does have 61 date numerology on the Gregorian. 61 sums to 41 when written out. And Virginia could become 4-1 at home for the season with the win, as Iowa becomes 6-1 for a season record with the loss, like 61. For the big challenge, the Big Ten ACC Challenge, Iowa can get their 13th loss for the challenge on a day with 45 date numerology. 13 sums to 45 in 2 of the 4 base ciphers, as well as the number 41, which we talked about, how Virginia could become 4-1 at home. 41 is the 13th prime number, so that could bode in favor for Virginia. What else? I think that might be it for now. Iowa could become 8-13 for a challenge record, 8-13, as Virginia's coach sits on 138 losses. 138, 8-13, just anagrams of each other. And then as Virginia becomes 2-2 head-to-head against Iowa with the win, Iowa's coach can sit on 222 wins as a coach specifically for Iowa on the 25th day of the third month for the Hebrew civil, 253, the 22nd triangular number. So those are some numbers. Those are some numbers that would favor Virginia. Let's look at some numbers that would favor Iowa to win this game. If Iowa was gonna win this game, one thing that would be interesting is that ACC teams. So Virginia is an ACC team. If they lose this opening game, ACC teams would sit on 138 wins for the overall challenge in history, as Iowa gives ACC teams their 114th loss. But if they sit on that 138, at the same time, Virginia would become 13-8, like 138, for a challenge record. So Virginia could become 13-8 for a challenge record for the Big Ten ACC Challenge as they sit on 138, as the ACC sits on 138 wins for the overall challenge. There might be a little bit of a sink there. And Virginia's coach does come into this game sitting on 138 losses for his career. Maybe that 138 pops over to 139 as they become 13-8 for a team in the challenge as they sit on that 138, or ACC teams sit on that 138. Virginia coach, he can sit on 300 wins, specifically as a coach for Virginia, on a day leaving 300 left on the Hebrew Civil. And it is a day with 110 date numerology on the Hebrew Civil, and Iowa could become 7-0, like 70, for a season record with a win. 70 spelt out sums to 110. It also sums to 79, the 22nd prime number. And it's the 25th day of the third month, 253, the 22nd triangular number. And then Iowa can get their 9th win in the challenge. It could become 9-12 for a record in the challenge. It is the November 29th, which has a 129, a 291, 912 kind of look to it. But on top of that, it's a day with 18 date numerology, which 9 plus 9 equals 18. It's a day with 45 date numerology. 45 is the 9th Fibonacci number, I think, or the triangular. 45 is the 9th triangular number. And then it's a day with 81 date numerology. 81 has a square root of 9, so it could be in favor of Iowa getting their 9th win in the Big Ten ACC Challenge. So I would say that's probably what both sides are for each team on this particular game. Let's go ahead and look at the Notre Dame versus Illinois game. We're going to do the same thing. We'll just start with Illinois, the home team, what numbers favor them. And then we're going to look at Notre Dame, the away team, and what numbers favor them. This will be the 253rd overall Big Ten ACC Challenge game for the series. And it takes place on the 25th day of the third month on the Hebrew Civil, like 253. Nice little Hebrew opening for the Big Ten ACC Challenge. But for Illinois to win this game, one thing you can say is that this is the 23rd game for Illinois in this challenge, and this is the 9th game for Notre Dame in this challenge. 23-9, 23-9. If we put 23 and 9 together, we find out it sums to, or it's the 56th or 52nd, excuse me. We find out that it's the 52nd prime number, and Illinois could become 5-2, like 52, for a season record with a win. Today's the day with 173 date numerology on the Hebrew Religious, the 40th prime number. Illinois could become 4-0, like 40, at home for a season record with the win. They're currently the 14 seed. 14 sums to 40. Illinois coach can get a 76th win as a coach specifically for Illinois. 76 sums to 162. And today is the 261st day of the Hebrew Religious. 261, 162, just reflections of each other. Also sums to 45. And today has 45 date numerology on the Gregorian. It's the 333rd day of the Gregorian. Notre Dame could become 3-3 for a season record with a loss, as their coach becomes 303 or 303, gets his 303rd loss. And then Notre Dame could become 4-5 for a challenge record, like 45, on a day with 45 date numerology. 45 sums to 54, and Notre Dame coach would get his 251st loss as a coach for Notre Dame, which is the 54th prime number. So those would be some numbers for Illinois to win this game. Some numbers that would be for Notre Dame is that we go to the 45 date numerology on the Gregorian. 45 sums to 54 and 45. And the number 59 sums to 54 and 45. And Illinois' coach can get his 59th regular season loss, or just his 59th loss as a coach for Illinois, as the Notre Dame becomes 5-4 for a record in the Big Ten ACC Challenge. Illinois is the 14th seed currently right now. This is the 43rd all-time head-to-head matchup between these two teams. 43rd is the 14th prime number. Illinois, the 14th seed, can become 4-3 for a season record with the loss, like 43. 43, the 14th prime number, as they pick up their 14th loss as a team in the Big Ten ACC Challenge. So I'll go ahead and mark that dark blue. That's pretty, it could definitely stop them potentially. The only reason I didn't have it marked before is because the 52, if we spell out 52, 52 sums to 43, the 14th prime, and so you really have to decide, is it indirect where 52 sums to 43 and in the 43rd all-time matchup as the 14th seed they become 5-2, or is it super direct and it's the 43rd all-time, the 14th prime, the 14th seed, they become 4-3 for a season record with a loss as they get their 14th challenge loss as a team. So it's kind of deciding on which way that goes. What else? Notre Dame would come 4-2 for a season record. 42 also sums to 43. So just gotta. It's a tough one. I guess it's a tough call on that one. But that's what I have so far for these games. Hopefully this helps. Hopefully this gives you some insight. And hopefully it gives you some stuff to add to what you already have or don't have. And I wish you guys the best of luck on your picks. And I hope you win all the money in the world. Thanks for watching. Thank you for the support.